Alrighty, let's take a look at our next and almost last two pieces of figurative language. So our first is personification. So personification gives human characteristics to inanimate objects. Oops, I think I spelled that wrong. Inanimate. There we go. Inanimate objects, animals, or ideas. All right, so for example, the wind waves goodbye, an opportunity knocked at the door. Neither wind nor opportunity have hands, so they can't wave goodbye, they can't knock at the door. So that's personification. And our next piece is onomatopoeia. So onomatopoeia is using words that sound like their meaning or that mimic sounds. For example, the loud boom of the fireworks scared the dogs. Right? If you've heard fireworks, they kind of sound like that boom. And birds' tweets outside my window woke me up. Birds kind of sound like that, right? They sound like tweets sometimes. Onomatopoeia, one way that I like to think about it is like comic book words. So like boom, crash, slam, pow, things like that. So let's take a look here. So for personification, we are going to circle the object that is being personified, and we're going to underline the words that show the personification. So for example, the popcorn jumped out of the bag and into my mouth. Popcorn is the object that is being given human qualities, and the human quality is jumped, right? Because popcorn can't jump. So number one, the dirty car was screaming to be washed. So the car was screaming. So this would be a good time to pause the video and complete 2 through 5 on your own, and then pop back in to check your answers. Number 2, the leaves danced through the breeze. Number 3, flowers begged for water. Number 4, bread jumped out of the toaster. And 5, characters jumped off the page. Number 6, we're finishing the sentence using the words from the word bank. So we have the words thunder, screamed, trembled, sleeps, and danced. So this would be a good time to pause the video and fill in those words and then pop back in to check your answers. Number 6, the snowflake blank in the air. The snowflake danced in the air. Number 7, my alarm clock blank at me. My alarm clock screamed at me. Number 8, the city is so busy it never sleeps. Number 9, the thunder grumbled in the stormy sky. And number 10, during the storm, the windows trembled. Let's take a look at onomatopoeia. So onomatopoeia, for the first part, you are listing or writing an onomatopoeia or a sound to describe it. So popcorn popping in the microwave. You might say pop. Or the sink is leaking. Drip. So I want you to pause the video and write your own in. You can pop back in to check if you get stuck on any of them, but I'm going to fill in with some examples. A woman's high heel in the hallway. Click. Baby chicks calling for their mother. cheap. A door closes loudly. Boom. And a penny drops into a tin can. Dink. And then the second part, for each onomatopoeia, describe a time it might be used. So take a minute, read through those, and write down a time that they might be used. I'll write down some examples. Kaboom might be fireworks. Wishy-washy might be a washing machine. Glug, glug, glug might be pouring milk. Crackle pop might be my knees when I stand up sometimes, or my cereal when I pour it in milk. Buzz buzz might be a bee or a fly. And whir might be, sometimes my microwave sounds like that. So I want you to try to come up with your own examples, but if you get stuck, take a look at the ones that I gave you. So your independent practice looks like this. For personification, you're going to personify 6 objects, but first I want you to brainstorm a list of at least 7 verbs to describe things that a human can do. Then write an item on each line in the left column and use the verbs from your brainstorm to personify the items that you wrote, and write sentences with personification on the right side. So for example, an animal might be a cat, and you might say the cat meowed. You're going to write better sentences than that. I'm just writing short, quick ones as examples. The second part, oops, actually, it looks like I attached that same page. So if you already completed the onomatopoeia page in your guided practice, then you don't need to do the page for independent practice. Must have made a mistake when I did that. I'm so sorry about that. So if you already did the onomatopoeia, then you can, if you already did onomatopoeia in guided practice, you can skip it for independent practice. Or if you'd like to come up with different sounds or different situations, you're more than welcome to. So let me give you your secret word. So let me come back up to the top. Actually, I'll do it on the second page. It's a little bit easier to see it. And in sticking with my kind of Thanksgiving food theme, I'm going to go with, let me write it a little bit bigger so we can see it better. Potato. So your secret word today is potato, like mashed potatoes. If you have any questions, please let me know, and have a fantastic rest of your day.